Hey, Thomas. Hey, Thomas. Your camera should be on while we're
Yes, I'm
recording.
sorry. I had to re consent to the privacy policy after you started the recording. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, can you briefly explain your work and how it impacts science?
Sure, yeah. I'm a graduate student here at Georgia Tech. And I've been working for the past 2+ semesters on a project called Biocosmos, which is actually a work we're doing with the University of Florida in collaboration with Georgia Tech. Um, our primary purpose with this is to be able to use computers to recognize animal species. So there are a lot of species out there. There's the big ones, of course. You have mammals like lions and elephants, and then you have, things like fish, which are another type of vertebrae. But then there's also a lot of other species you probably don't recognize offhand, including fungus, bacteria, all sorts of things, including things that are now extinct that are only in the fossil record. And what we're doing is we're using computers, specifically cameras, pictures, and images, trying to teach a computer to recognize and to see these things and know what they are. In the way that a human scientist who's trained on the subject can look at something and say, ah, yes, this is probably a fossil of some ancient mastodon. We want a computer to be able to do that. So that's the work I've been doing for the past 2.5 semesters, nearly a year now, actually.
Oh, that's so interesting, Thomas. And what's your favorite aspect about this kind of research?
So I really appreciate the open-endedness of it. So it's not so much like I mean, there are things you can do and things you can't do. Some things will work, some things won't work. But within that, there's a lot of things that might work, that will work, and some things that are sort of in the boundaries that you don't think are going to work. So um, that kind of ability to sort of experiment, to have to read what other scientists have done, is a very interesting part of this. Additionally, I like sort of being at the kind of, I guess you could say, the cutting edge of this field. We're doing work that is brand new, that's been done in other ways, but not in exactly the way that we're doing it. So we're doing it in a very different way than other scientists. Sorry, we're doing new things that are related to what other sciences do, but we're doing it in a new way. And that's very exciting to see that happen and unfold.
Oh, wonderful. So, there are young people who may look up to you. What advice would you give them? Like, is this in something interesting, something that I would want to do? You
Sure,
know?
yeah, of course. So if you're interested in science, one, read. Use the internet. There's a lot of fun stuff out there, but also just play around. I think that's probably the best way. So if you're interested in, say, it's geology and you like to look at interesting rocks, go and explore and collect rocks and that kind of thing. If it's plants, you might consider. I used to draw when I was younger. I don't do so much anymore, but draw things that you like. I mean, that this is, I think, I think for me, making is similar to discovery. So if you can create something, you also discover something sort of concurrently with that. So in the case of, say, plants drawing, you're creating a drawing, you're learning more about plants as you create something. In my case, I'm working in computer programs. So as I'm writing computer programs, as I'm teaching a computer to do certain computer tasks with vision and with images, I am learning about how the computer works. I'm learning about the natural world at the same time.
That sounds so interesting. Icha, do you think that is interesting?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thomas. I'll let you go for now. Let me stop the recordings.
All right, recording off.